So this is how much I actually paid to be staying in the UK and to get a British citizenship. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This exact video is actually the video that I have been wanting to make for the past 5 years. And you may ask, why 5 years? It's because with the visa that I had held, I have to be in the UK for 5 years until I was allowed to apply for a British citizenship. And if you know anything about visas, living in a country where you're holding a visa where you're not a citizenship of the country can feel a little bit unsettling because you can actually get kicked out of the country for any reasons at any time. So I thought this will be quite an interesting video to make because people always get surprised when I tell them how much I actually pay for my visas. Just a little bit of backstory. I came to the UK in 2017 under a spousal visa. And normally most of the time people normally assume that because my partner is British that I am automatically entitled to a British citizenship, but that couldn't be further from the truth. So today in this video we'll cover all the visas and all the visas related costs that I have had to pay for the past 5 years. And actually, before we get started, please pause the video for a minute and tell me in the comments how much do you think a British citizenship costs. I would love to see if any of you would get it right or close to the real number. So when I first applied for the very first visa in 2017, it was February 2017 to be precise, the visa costed £1,518, and that particular visa was called Leave to Enter, which that visa allowed me to be in the UK for 2.5 years. Now, if we go back to what I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I did say that I had to be in the UK for 5 years until I was entitled to apply for citizenship, which means that this visa that costed me $1,500 is not the only visa that I have had to apply for during my time of staying in the UK. So in terms of other visa related costs, I also had an immigration health surcharge. So if you're living in the UK or you're familiar with the healthcare system in the UK, you know that if you are a citizen or if you are a resident of the UK, then you are entitled to free healthcare. However, if you are applying for the visa to stay in the UK for extended period of time, you have to pay for this healthcare surcharge. And at that time, it costed me £625. I also had to pay for tuberculosis. I'm probably not saying it right. I call it TB, so it's a TB test. I had to pay for that, and that was £100. I also had to pay for an English test, and at the time that costed me £130. So the total cost that would allow me to be in the UK for only the first 2.5 years was £2,373. Now, if you think that is a lot, there is more coming, because I swear to God, by looking at this, it seems like every time I renew a visa, it's just getting more expensive. So now after the initial 2.5 years was gone, I needed to apply for another visa, and the second visa was called Leave to Remain. Now there is a difference between Leave to Remain and Indefinite Leave to Remain, and this visa that we are talking about is the Leave to Remain, and as the name suggests, the visa doesn't give me the right to be in the UK indefinitely. So the second visa application costed me £1,852, and on top of that, same as the first one, I still had to pay for the immigration health surcharge, which was at the time £1,000. And somehow, I don't know why, I had to pay to book an appointment, and at the time I think I may have booked an appointment on the weekend, but the appointment cost was £140. And again, I also had to pay for an English test just to make sure or prove to the Home Office that I am capable of communicating to other people in English, and that one costed £130. So the total cost was £3,122. But I have to say that the actual visa application for Leave to Remain, I don't think it was that expensive. I think at the time it was around £1,300. However, I had to pay extra. And the reason being because sometimes it can take the Home Office a couple of months to review the applications and issue the visas. For me, I don't know about you, but I just cannot settle waiting for months and months and not knowing when am I going to get the visa. And I have always been in a full-time job, and my job depends on my visa status in the UK. So the last thing I wanted was that my old visa is expired, but then I'm still waiting for a decision from the Home Office, which could actually get me in a pickle. So I did not want that, and I was more than happy to pay extra £500 so that I could get a priority service. So I was looking through my old emails, and it seems like I applied, the date of the application was 23rd of November 2019. And I got the decision that my visa has been approved on 25th of November 2019. So that was £500 well spent, if you ask me. Fabulous service from the Home Office. So now with that leave to remain visa, that gave me the right to be in the UK for another 2.5 years, which brings us to now the year 2022, which is when my leave to remain visa expires. And with my visa expiring, that means I had to apply for another visa, and this time it is the indefinite leave to remain. Now again, same story. I didn't want to wait that long. I have heard stories of people waiting for 9 months to get that indefinite leave to remain. So again, I did pay extra for a priority service, and the total visa cost was £3,204. Again, there was also an immigration health surcharge of £1,000. And additionally, I have to take a test called Life in the UK, which is the test of how much you know about UK history, King Henry VIII, just general knowledge of the culture and life in the UK, which I found really interesting, by the way. I passed that in 2 weeks, or was it 1 week? I think, yeah, it was 2 weeks of study. I was really proud of myself. But yeah, that was £50. And then I also, again, had to take another English test, and that costed £150 because that is higher level. It's called B1 level of English communication skills. So that brings the total cost of indefinite leave to remain to £4,404. So let's recap a little bit. I first had to apply for leave to enter visa, which only lasted 2.5 years. Then after 2.5 years, I had to apply for leave to remain, which lasted further 2.5 years. And in order for me to stay in the UK permanently, I had to apply for an indefinite leave to remain. However, that does not give me a British citizenship yet. So now I have to apply for a naturalization, which will give me a British citizenship, in which I haven't applied for that yet, but I do know how much it will cost me. So for this type of visa, it will cost me further $1,330, and there is no other immigration health surcharge or anything else. So it's just the visa application itself, which means that the total cost for me to obtain the British citizenship would be £11,229, which it is a lot, but if you think about it, this money was spread over 5 years. So in a way, you know, I did make sure that I get a pay rise and everything like that every single year. So it is worth it, if you ask me. And with British citizenship, that means that I can live in the country with more ease, because I know that I wouldn't be kicked out of the country unless I do something horribly wrong, which I wouldn't be doing anyway. So yeah, it gives me that sort of ease to be in the country, and I do plan to live in the UK for the foreseeable future. So it only makes sense to be able to get the citizenship. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it valuable, interesting. And if you like this kind of video, then please give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourself.